days. So yesterday, a funny line just appeared across my phone, and it's persisted till today. It goes on and off, and it's really turned me off Samsung because I had another Samsung device that this happened to. So I was like, let me just chuck it off to the manufacturer. Then today, I get up in the morning already thinking about politics, which is a topic that stresses anyone out. And I know why, because I fell asleep after reading something about it. So I prayed, tried to shake it off. Even in that moment, it kept coming back to mind. Okay, now, next, right? I that was at 5 a.m. I was okay, let me start cooking, let me go live with you guys. I put the eggs to boil because this morning we're making chocolate cupcakes and egg roll. Right on time, right on schedule. I set my timer for the eggs to boil. Then I start gathering my ingredients for my cupcakes. And I cannot find my container of coffee, which I need for this, and which I'm not going to use because I've still not found it. I searched all over. I asked everyone at home, and everyone denies it. This was a huge new container of really good quality coffee, which I'd never used. So it's quite irritating because someone definitely took it, right? And after searching, I wasted a lot of time researching because I want to use my recipe, right? And when I was running, as I discovered I was running short of time, I was like, okay, you know what, let's just do without. And then I think to myself, wait, why hasn't my timer sounded? You guys, the timer just stopped working and I overboiled my eggs. So this morning has been one of those mornings that can really set you up for a day you don't care for. But one thing I recall from the Hallelujah Challenge and is you choose joy. You choose joy. It's not going to like choosing joy, choosing to be joyful is what it spreads joy, it spreads positive energy throughout the body. It's not what goes on around that should inspire joy. It's us choosing the joy inspired it. So this is me choosing to still be happy. I'll still figure out, like try to follow up and figure out what happened to my coffee because that really makes no sense. How can a brand new container of coffee just disappear? But yeah, that's what's going on. But now we're making chocolate cupcakes. So I'll start off by sieving my flour. The next in, I'm going to go in with some granulated sugar. Now, I always grind my sugar, right, before sieving it, just to make, because the sugar granules themselves granulated, they are always too big for my blender, for my sieve, sorry. So I just end up spending a lot of time for a little amount, and then at the end of the day, not a lot, I just spend a lot of time and not a lot comes out. So I just choose to grind it because the whole idea is to have the particles fine. And I measure out what I want to grind. At first I used to grind a whole lot and just keep, but it gets hard. And I'm guessing it's because it doesn't have like preservatives or whatnot. So it usually gets hard. So now I grind it. I grind just what I need, right? And it's hard to tell because some granules would still, if you grind, like for example, if you need 200 grams of sugar for a recipe and you blend 200 grams, like if you face the same problem as me, then you're going to end up with less because some will still not grind. Like see, there's still some granules that don't grind well. Hello Prince, hello William Thomas, good morning or good whatever time of the day you're having. How are you today? I hope your day is much better and started off really bright. Brighter than mine. Even if you didn't choose to be happy. But hello, let me know. How are you doing? Where are you writing from? This morning we are making chocolate cupcakes. Okay? Chocolate cupcakes. season the sugar. And next I'm going to go in with some baking powder. No, I'm not seeing it. I don't know. Everybody is saying that they don't know who to keep. I'm sorry. No, I took the ones with milk to the office. I left the few coffee granules in the house. Okay. I'm still trying to solve the case of the missing coffee granules. Hello, Meltroy. Hello, good morning. We're making chocolate cupcakes this morning. I'm trying to figure out who took my coffee granules in this house. Alright, so we've gone in for the chocolate cupcakes. I started off by sieving flour, then I've added in sugar. Like I said, I grind my sugar because the granulated sugar we buy, it's too big, the granules are too big, and I end up wasting a ton of it. So I've sifted my flour, my sugar, my baking powder, and now I'm going to add in baking soda. I got this recipe from Oyoyo Kitchen, right? And we do not use any eggs, any milk, so it's good if you don't care for dairy products and if you're vegan. Now, ideally, you also add coffee granules to this recipe, but my coffee granules, a whole pack, are missing. And that's the mystery we're trying to solve this morning. So now I'm just going in with some baking soda. Okay. So the only other dry ingredient, the two other dry ingredients that are left is the milk flavor and salt. But I'm mixing my salt with my wet ingredients. So I'm just going to go now with the milk flavor. I'm going to be using a teaspoon of this as well. A teaspoon of the milk flavor as well. Hello, good morning. We are making chocolate cupcakes this morning. So I'm measuring out the milk flavor. Okay. And I'll just leave that in so everything should smell nice. Okay. I think that's all. Everything I need to be sieved. For the salt, I'm going to add it in with my wet ingredients. Then I mix this. Okay. Alright. Now we'll move on to our wet ingredients. For our wet ingredients, we're going to start off with some oil. This water, oil. For this recipe, we're going to be using warm water to mix it right. So I'm going to put some water on fire right now, which is what I'm doing off camera. I'm heating up some warm water because we'll use warm water, not just red water splashing on me. Okay. So we have our warm water, our water getting heated up. Then we're going to go in with the wet ingredients. So we're going to start in with oil, right? And for the oil, I'm going to be measuring in milliliters. So I'll change my units here from grams to milliliters. and the heat is 0. Can you imagine that? This is when my 15 minutes timer for egg, which I put over an hour ago, is ringing. Now I need a new timer. Hello. Okay. Mm. Okay, we have 115 mils of oil. Then you could use vinegar for or lemon. So I'm going to use lemon because I have lemon. So for lemon, right, this is a tip I learned to get a lot of juice out of lemon. You would want to roll it out, like you roll it on a hard surface just to press it down. This lemon I have is so thick skinned, I'm not even sure this tip will be helpful. But if you have the thinner skin, you want to roll it out on a surface. Let me demonstrate. So first, a hard surface. This bowl is not very hard, but a hard surface. Then you roll it out, you really press it down. Then you cut it into thirds, right? I learned this from a Thai YouTuber, and they use a ton of lemon, and this it really helps me get more juice out of possible. So you want to cut it into thirds. So you cut the tip roughly 1/3 off. Then you cut diagonally, yes, diagonally like this. Okay, there we go. All right. So for the lemon, I'm going to juice it out first so that I catch the seeds, right? Then I'll scoop out a tablespoon of that to add to my liquid. So here it is. I'm just going to pass it through so I catch the seeds and any really large bulbs. Hello, good morning. Also, you could poke the inside of this with a knife. It's going to help you get as much juice out as possible. You guys, these lemons are so big and thick, and there's just there's not a lot of juice that comes out of it, but yeah. Thank you for joining. Today we're making chocolate cupcakes, eggless chocolate cupcakes recipe from Oyoyo Kitchen. Now I'm juicing my lemon because I'm going to be using lemon juice as my source of acid. Okay. I'm passing it through a sieve to catch the seeds because we definitely don't want to bite into a cupcake and chew on a lemon seed. That doesn't make for a pleasant experience for anyone, right? Okay. I'm just going to rinse my hand and stir this. Yeah. Okay. Now I'll discard the seeds and this back. I'm not going to be using the lemon zest because it really makes no difference. But you could save the bags if you want to do all these DIY things on how to make the freshener or scents. Right. Then I'm going to be using a tablespoon of the lemon juice. So I'm going to take a bigger bowl and I'm going to double seal this, right? I'm going to seal this again. So I'm sure I cut everything, right? I don't have any unpleasant surprises. So into my oil, I'm going to add a tablespoon of the lemon juice. There we go. the salt, I didn't add into the dry ingredients. Tip from Gemma's baking bigger Buddha, you would want to mix in the salt with your wet ingredients, right? It dissolves better and it spreads more evenly. So that's what I've decided to start doing in my baked products. So for the salt, I need just a pinch of salt. So I'll use half teaspoon and take about half of that, half of a half teaspoon. Yep, and add that in. Okay, so in this bowl I have my oil, lemon juice, salt, right? That's the wet ingredients. For the next wet ingredients I need is some warm water, and I'll need to measure this out, okay, because I'll be needing 250 ml of warm water. My water was already on fire, so it had come to a boil. I'm just going to add in a bit more cold water so it gets in right. Okay. Now I'm going to scoop in the warm water using a measuring cup. So I'm sure this water is still top up. I'm adding some more cold water. I want to warm a bit. But this is warm now. So this is my warm water. Okay. So I'm going to scoop it in gently into the mixture. I need 250 ml of this. Oh my god, I just recalled in the dry ingredients I forgot to add cocoa powder. Can you imagine the most important thing? But thank God we haven't got to that. So I'm going to add that in now. Right. So we're going to need 50 grams of cocoa powder. It's like making steak, then you forget to buy the beef. Like, what are we doing? Are we joking? Okay, so I'm going to change my unit back to grams. Yep, and zero my machine. We need 50 grams of cocoa. Oh my god, and this is a great place. I should have just added in my coffee granules, but someone decided to do away with it in this house. 50 grams of cocoa powder. Listen, when bakers ask for a price, now that I've started baking, just pay the price, because I feel just pay whatever price they ask for, you guys, because this whole container is 500 francs and it's 50 grams. Okay, 50 grams of cocoa powder in. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Interesting. Okay, so I'm just going to stir this. Now I do have a sachet of salted caramel instant coffee mix, and I'm debating if to put this or not, but those sachets also contain milk powder, sugar, and it just has like 6% instant coffee, and I don't want to be so off in my measurements, because baking is, it's a pretty exact science, you guys. It doesn't like to play around. Okay, so we're having our flour, cocoa powder, sugar, baking powder, baking soda in here with milk flavor. And for our wet ingredients, we have oil, warm water, lemon juice, right? So now I'm going to pour in my wet ingredients, right? I'm just mixing the wet ingredients so that we're incorporated. I'm going to pour in my wet ingredients into the dry, right? And whisk gently. I'm whisking really gently. I don't want to extend like this. Whisking gently. That's what we're doing. The mixture is a bit thicker than I like. Look at this, right? It looks more like, I don't know, brownie dough than a cupcake dough. So I'm going to still add in some oil, warm water, right? I'll take a cup, I'll add it in gently, bit by bit. I'll take some and rest out the bowl of the wet ingredients, right? So I'm just going to mix gently, and I'm checking for a consistency that I want. That really thick cupcake batter consistency. That's what I'm aiming for. This still looks more like a brownie-like consistency. It's a bit wetter than a cookie dough. I've actually not made the brownie, but the way the final product looks, I guess is how the batter is. I have made cookies, so this is wetter than a cookie. Hello, Sil Boy. Good morning. We are making chocolate cupcakes. Okay. Now, I put my exact measurements, but the consistency of the batter I'm not comfortable with. So I'm just trying to thin it out with some more water, right? I hear things like this happen. The humidity in the air matters. Also, the type of flour you're using matters, because the original recipe, I am making chocolate cupcakes. These were the exact measurements she used, and it came out good. So we're getting there. You see, it's better. Do you like chocolate cupcakes? Do you like cakes? What's your favorite thing to eat? Silboy. I'm mixing it gently. I do not want to overmix this to make it hard. Look at better, right? But a bit more water won't hurt. Oh, you like chocolate as well. Nice. Then you're in the right place. Stick with me, let's make chocolate cupcakes, really. Okay. I'm adding some more water. Okay. Guys, I'm really okay. Yes, yes, yes. Right? Yes. This is what we want. This is the consistency of the butter we want, my dear friends. Yep. See? This is still a little bit thick. Just a little bit. I want to put it in, so okay. See? Now we're done. Now we are good to go. Yes, I'm happy. I'm happy with this consistency. I'm actually very happy with this consistency. So right now, I'm just going to, I'll scoop out the cupcakes using this spoon to make my work quicker. Right now, I'm just going to put it into a lined cupcake tray, right? Oh, I should have used it. It is what it is. I'm scooping it out to about 3/4, to be about 3/4 full. Thank you, thank you. It is looking good. It is looking good. The water measurements from the original recipe, I had to up that quite a bit more. So fingers crossed, because it came, the batter came out looking too thicker than every other cupcake batter. Okay, yeah, I'm used to. I'm just filling this 3/4 ways. Have you ever made chocolate cupcakes, since it's your favorite flavor? Is it just chocolate cupcakes, or it's like chocolate is your favorite thing? Still boy. They say chocolate makes a day better, so my day was trying to start off a bit rough with me not finding my coffee granules and my eggs overboiling. Just listen to what makes my day rough. It's a privilege, you guys, because life is rougher than that. Oh, you haven't? I hope you'll be interested in trying out this recipe then. I hope you'll be interested in trying out this recipe, so you can make it for yourself. Okay, I do not like when it drops on the tray. I'm just wiping the chocolates. I guess if I don't want it to drop, I should do a better job of cleaning the end of the spoon, right? That's why it keeps dropping, because there is some on the bottom of the spoon. Okay, so I'm just going to clean before I scoop it out. Okay, like this. I want to clean the bottom so it doesn't drop on my tray. Oh, maybe you can. I hope you do. I hope you do. I really do hope you do. It might come out great, it might not come out great. But irrespective of how it comes out, you're going to learn. And you're going to feel happy. It's something you made. We like creating. Humans in general, we like creating. And creating, I think creating is also good for our mental health. And I do consider cooking creating. You're making something new, right? So it's creating. So now I'm just going to add in some sprinkles to make this pretty. Come, did you take my coffee granules?
No, what am I doing?
I'm still trying to solve the case of my missing coffee granules. I'm not going to let it go. I would not let it go. Because like our mothers will say, do you mean the coffee got up and walked out of this house? Oh, this reminds me of a poem from primary school. I know a quiet little man as silent as a mouse, who does a mischief that is done in everybody's house, Mr. Nobody. I hope you guys don't have Mr. Nobody stealing your fox. That's like a worldwide phenomenon. All the fox get missing. Maybe Mr. Nobody took my coffee granules. And he's the thief in your house that causes all your fox to get missing. Especially when you need them, when you have guests over. Okay. Where are you filming? I'm not okay. Do you mean where am I filming from? I'm filming from my kitchen. I'm just heating this. Okay. Then I'll fill the next tray before I put this in the oven. My oven is already preheating. It's preheating. I'm going to bake these at 170 degrees Celsius. Did I answer your question, Seal Boy, about where I'm filming from? Do you mean like the area or the country? I'm not sure. Where are you watching from? Seal Boy, where are you watching from? Norway, silent listen. Norway! Oh, nice! Oh, your kitchen in Norway. Nice. If you ask me why I'm screaming, it's because when you said Norway, I just thought about how cold it is. I've been talking with someone the past days, Alex Hernandez, and he is in Canada. But I think Norway is much colder, right? You guys even have a ritual where you get accustomed to the cold from when you're a baby. I hear they leave the babies out in the cold. It helps with, so I've forgotten what it helps with, but I think that also adapts the system. Norway. Nice. So what are you preparing something to eat in your kitchen? What time of the day is it you're in? My day is just starting. It's in the morning. I'm in Cameroon. Okay. Minus 3.9 degrees temperature. Courage. All the courage in the world to you. I hope this online streaming in, I'm sending it to you. I hope you can feel it warm. I guess you like it, you enjoy it, even minus 39. Yo, that's cool, yo. Alex Hernandez told me like you can throw water and it gets frozen in Canada. I'm sure there, even like the bread coming out of your nostrils probably gets frozen. Like your bread outright. Or if you do the steam in your mouth. But yeah, the earth is a magical place. Oh. I dropped a very huge blob here. It's too huge to just wash it, so I'm just going to. My hands are clean, no worry. I always wash my hands a million times when I'm walking. Because I use my hands at the most flexible tool in the kitchen, if you ask me. Your hands are the clean kitchen towel to wipe them up. Okay. Can you imagine that there's still some cupcake batter left? And now I'm even feeling it will be too full, which I don't think is such a great idea. It's actually not a great idea because this thing is going to rise, right? Let's leave this batter. Maybe I'll line another tray. Okay, there we go. So now I'm going to put in the sprinkles and then I'm going to put it in my oven to bake. I'm going to put this in the oven to bake for about. Alright, goodbye, Sue boy. Goodbye. Dress warm. Layer up well. That temperature is no one's friend. I know, quiet little man. We are making chocolate cupcakes. So voilà. I'll just add in some sprinkles so it looks pretty. Go. Just come and take this water and give her. Hitting the tray against the bottom. And now we're going to bake these for we're going to bake it for 20 to 30 minutes in our oven. Okay. So this is the oven. Hello. I'm just putting this in the oven. So the first one is going. The second one's going. Okay. Leave a bit of water in that use. Put it inside there, please. Now I am going to, sorry about all this movement. I wanted to show you guys, take you guys through. Okay. So now I'm going to make some egg roll. Yes. I'm going to make it. We still have some leftover butter. Now, the egg rolls, I already boiled the eggs. So the next thing we're going to do is to mix a butter. She needs butter. Yes. Now I'm just quickly washing some dishes that I'll need to make. Just to reduce the number of things I have like that. For this leftover butter, I'm going to keep it here because I don't think I'll have the time to bake another batch. So I'll probably just keep it in the fridge. Then later on, I'll see if I can, maybe in the night, I could bake it. Then I'll taste the difference if keeping it in the fridge improves the flavor. Because I know or if it instead messes it up. I'm not sure. Because they say for this cupcake, right? you have to put it immediately you mix in the warm water. So we'll see. But I also need this bowl for my egg roll butter. So that's the main reason why I'm doing this. I could just have poured this in a big, you know what, woulda, coulda, shoulda. It's already in here. So if I have some time left, I'll pour that into a baking tin and bake some more cupcakes. Oh, sorry, you guys. Okay. If not, I'll just keep it in the fridge and see if the results are as terrible as I say. Okay. So now I'm just wiping down my area so that we can then start on egg roll dough, making the dough for the egg roll. So the egg roll, I made it the last time and I make it often. It's really a favorite. We eat it with pepper sauce. It has a flat hole on the outer. Then the inside is a boiled egg. So you cut into it. So it's kind of like eating bread and egg, but with a better tasting bread dough surrounding your egg. Right. Save on time because it's always good to save on time. I'll just put the oil to fry the egg roll on fire to be heating up while I measure out the ingredients I would need. So I'll start off with yep, this is good right here. I'll start off with some flour. I'll start off with some flour. Alright, you guys, this is pretty much a regular occurrence here. Internet disruptions. But yeah, we move. So I'm going to grate some nutmeg, into this for flavor. Okay. Then I'll add in some salt, just a pinch of salt. Okay. Then some baking salt. Okay. Then some baking powder. I'm putting one heaped teaspoon of that baking powder, then sugar. I'll put in sugar as well. So this is for the egg roll. So in here I have flour, nutmeg, salt, baking powder, and now I'll add in sugar. That's it for dry ingredients. Okay. Then now for our wet ingredients, I'm going to take some oil. Right, I'm going to measure out some oil and mix it with warm water. So I'll be doing that in this bowl. So for the oil, you know what? It's actually, I need half a cup of oil. Okay, half a cup of oil. Right. I will be putting gloves for this, so I'm just going to get those. I have my gloves. So half a cup of oil, adding some warm water into that. Of course, I'm going to measure out the warm water because we do not want a lot, right? So I'll start off by putting a cup. I'm pouring first into the measuring cup that I use for my oil, so that I can catch the bits of leftover oil to dissolve into the water. Yep. Okay. So there we have it. We're having flour, grated nutmeg, salt, sugar, baking powder. Then we have a mixture of oil and water in here. So now I'm going to mix this all up together into my desired consistency. When you were traveling and you needed coffee, are you sure you did not take it? You asked me for coffee. Was it Kum that wanted it or you?
It was Kum wanted it. I saw him making coffee in the morning.
Then he's saying that he doesn't know. Where did he take coffee from? So I'm going to... okay, don't mind me. I'm still trying to figure out the case of my missing coffee. It's pissing me off. Okay. So I'm just going to mix. Right. So it's still too dry. It's not the consistency I want. So I'm going to add a bit more warm water. Right. This one should be more than enough. We'll add the water gently, 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 gently. I said gently, we just proceeded to dump water in it. That's where the water was not a lot, but we should add this in gently normally. You can never check how much water is going to make. So it's best to add it in bit by bit. I'm not doing that. I'm not just not very much place and not very much. Okay. Yep. It's too much. but it's okay. We can make it work with this. So this is the dough that we have, and now we are just going to put the flour in it, the egg, and drop it in hot oil to fry it. For our egg rolls. So I first scoop out a bit of my dough. Okay. Flatten it out, put an egg in it, and toss it up. And my dough is so lovely, guys. You know when you know better, but because you're in a haste, you don't do better. That's my situation right now. Because I know I had to cut some dry flour, so in case some of the dry mixed dough mixture, right? So my dry ingredients when mixed. So in case my dough is too wet, I could add that in. This is a little example why anger is not annoyed. I'm annoyed not being able to find my coffee granules. And I know one of the people in this house who I shall not name is the person who and it's lying straight in my face just to annoy me. Okay. I can already, cupcakes already smell really good. just trying to scrape out as much glue as possible. I'm just being a good citizen. What do the UN say? No food waste. I'm being a good global citizen. Okay. There we go. We are all done making the egg roll dough. And now we wait. What are we looking for? We are waiting for the dough to fry up. Eggs in the fridge. So just allow this cook. See, they're frying really nicely. What? I'm busy. I cannot leave what I'm doing. I cannot leave the person with. I cannot leave what I'm doing. I'm even behind time. The person with.
I think maybe I just stressful.
You guys, the cupcakes are gone. They're ready. I'll be taking out them out of the oven shortly to show you guys. Okay, so let's see our chocolate cupcakes, right? Oh my God, I'll do it when I'm done. There we go. Isn't this lovely? This is it. Our cupcakes we made, you guys. The chocolate cupcakes we made. I'm going to put them on something to cool. These are chocolate cupcakes. Pretty. So this is the last one. The leftover butter. I actually don't have a lot of racks, which is sad. Yeah, I'll just have to allow them cool like that because I'm out of racks. So, yeah. May you have to check this copy?
Let me oil myself.
I want to put some pepper sauce. So the egg rolls. So, you guys, we've achieved the aim of today. We have our cupcakes all done. I hope you try this recipe. Yep. Let's take out one and see what we have. Right? Let's see what it looks like. So, this is a cupcake we made. This is a cupcake we made. Look at that bit. Yeah. See how moist it is. Perfect for a vegetarian. Yep, that's a cupcake, a chocolate cupcake. See how moist it is in here. Cannot wait to dive into this. Then for the last thing we're making this morning, we have some egg rolls cooking away. Then we have the pepper sauce.
What's the egg rolls for me, will you?
So I'm going to take it out at this stage because it is golden brown, right? It is golden brown. So we're going to take them out at this stage. There's a bit of hot oil, so it's going to keep cooking. It's going to still cook for a bit of minutes, right? So this is what it looks like. I'm just going to put this on this rack to dry. These are egg rolls. Ah, look at this beautiful, beautiful color. Look guys, we did good, right? And we're done. We're done with this morning's snacks. We have egg rolls and chocolate cupcakes. Okay, so that's it from me. Thank you for joining in. Till tomorrow, whatever we make, I hope you have an amazing time of whatever day you're having, be it morning, afternoon, evening. Stay warm, stay joyful no matter what life throws at you, because that's what I'm going to do today. Bye.